Hello, beautiful Earth babies. My Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Individual tarot readings here at the Intuitive Teacup. Welcome to my channel. One for Taurus, one for Virgo, one for Capricorn. There will be timestamps below, so if you want to hop right to your video, by all means, you're welcome to do that. But stick around, right? You may learn something about your fellow Earth signs, or air signs. Are some of you spying on the air signs? Air signs I just did. They had fantastic readings all around. I was so happy. So hopefully we can get that for you too. As always, my little spiel here, I do general tarot messages here on YouTube. That means not everything I say will resonate with every single Earth sign out there. It's up to you to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. If it's not your message, don't take on those energies, right? Feel free to shelve it, revisit it on another day. Sometimes tarot makes sense later on in a couple days, a couple weeks. That's frequently how it works. But I do hope lots and lots of this does resonate. Pieces and parts of it very likely will. Again, if it feels strange or foreign, push it aside. Don't worry about that energy. But yeah, takeaway messages for your best and highest good. That's always good advice. Everything else about this video will be down in the description box below, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I am the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook, Instagram.com. If you want to book a personal, that is down below. Let's hop in. Let's get some love messages. We're going to start off with Taurus. So, time stamping for Taurus. Taurus and love. Tell me about Taurus's love life. Messages about the person they are thinking of. If you don't have a person right now, Taurus, this could represent someone coming in, or, you know, it could always be someone showing up from your past in your energy, but that would indicate that they're still hanging around your energy, or you're still all up in your feels about them, right? So we'll see what we can get from my Tauruses. I feel like I over-explained that last part, so that probably means that's going to be it. Tarot, it works in mysterious ways. Literally, you get a text from your asshole ex. Do you guys see that? Ex-asshole at 3:50 p.m. That's going to be important for some of you. Even if it's not a text from your ex, something important is going to happen at 3:50 p.m. A page of cups, an offering, an emotional, I heard outcry, but it could be an apology. It could just be asking you out. It could be, something at 3:50 p.m. Although it doesn't have to be, I suppose. Maybe something really exciting is happening at 3:50 a.m., but Lord knows what that is, Taurus. Two of Cups, it's a match. If you're not already on the dating apps and you're single and looking and you're frustrated and you've never ventured off into the dating app world, there's your confirmation. Do it. You got nothing to lose. You don't ever have to go on those dates, you know. Network, talk to your friends, see which ones are good and which ones are bad, and go from there, right? All right, so let's look at your person, Taurus. They're trying to rebuild something with you. They're trying to get your attention. In terms of zodiac signs, I have here very prominently Gemini, Virgo, and Libra. Doesn't mean it couldn't be anyone else, but those are some of the zodiac signs coming through in your person's energy here. So that might be strong in their chart too, even if it's not their sun sign. Yeah, I feel like they're wishing they could roll back the hands of time. Did something happen on 3/5 on March 5th? Is that someone's birthday? Or do you understand what I mean? There's something about those numbers, even if it's not the exact sequence, even if it's not a time. Is it a license plate? Is it a phone number? 350? 350. Something about that is important. Anyway. I'm even getting like the full 360 going back a couple degrees. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's sort of what I'm getting from this. It's like wanting to course correct, but it's wanting to return to something in the past because there was a tower moment of some kind, and it's like this person is wanting to revisit it. It's like they're wanting to, almost like, you know, in metaphor, wave their magic wand and have the structure go up again. Whatever fell or tumbled between you, they're trying to fix it. Or if you guys are experiencing trouble, but there hasn't been a, that's it, we're done, or any type of significant, what you would deem a tower moment, right? Crazy, unexpected change, chaos, sometimes hardship. It does always promote spiritual growth. Tower moments in the long term are blessings, but we don't always view them like that because it can be difficult to go through one of those. I'm almost getting interesting. So I'm getting a thing here about if your person is at all interested in spirituality, or I'm just going to say it kind of has like a witchy vibe to them, right? This isn't, I'm almost getting like a love protection spell. And I'm not trying to freak anyone out. I'm never doing fear-based readings. It's not like, you know, they're sticking voodoo or pins in a voodoo doll. It's not that kind of thing. It's actually the opposite. It's like they're asking, you know, God, source, spirit to protect something about to protect the relationship that they're trying to hold on to. Because here's the thing, they're not dumb. They know that trouble is on the horizon, or perhaps that this already happened. You know, it's possible for some of you. For most of you, though, I don't think it's that. I think you're struggling with something. You're going through it. And, maybe this has to do with their work, with their career. I'm reading for love, but again, put it in context of how it fits the story, circumstance that you have going on, if it does. It's almost like I'm almost getting someone saying prayers and they're like, oh, God, please don't let her leave me. Please don't let him leave me. Please don't let me get fired. Please don't. You know what I mean? It's like they're wishing and praying and hoping for something to work out in their favor. They're asking for the divine's blessing on something. But I'm sort of getting, I'm not saying it's a wasted effort. I'm not saying that at all. But what they're trying to save or protect, I am kind of getting like a little love spell. But again, there's purity there. It's like, they're sprinkling flowers and being like, please, dear God. Like it's kind of cute. What they're trying to combat is a tower. And so what this person isn't realizing, there's really no going back from this. You can only go forward from it. So it's almost like they're not embracing the change, or they're trying to deflect what is inevitable. And I don't say that as a heavy-hearted message. It means things are going to get better, 100%. But rather than looking back to the past to make things better or clinging on to what is known, what is familiar, the opposite. It's like what comes after the tower is the star of healing, the star of hope, of dreams, of wishes, of spirituality, connecting to the divine, finding your North Star again. Maybe that has to do with a denial that they're wanting to keep you in their life, but right now there's at least obstacles preventing you guys from doing so. Or it may have just been that, Taurus, you kind of came to the conclusion, you know what, I think we're better off alone. This person needs to find their inner chill, their inner zen, their inner balance, because it could be that they're a little bit clingy. Here's the thing, they really love you, or they really like you, or they're terrified to not be with you. That's important. So that doesn't always mean it's for the right reasons. For some of you, it absolutely is. It's because they love you, but your energy is much more not in alignment with theirs. So I'll dig into that more, but I want to finish through with your person here. So in their heart, they want justice. In their heart, they want balance. They want peace. They want equilibrium. They view you as the missing piece to their puzzle. What they're not understanding is that they need to find balance and harmony in themselves, Taurus. That's a very important message. Lots of air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and again, a little bit of Virgo going on here too. They're thinking about writing you a letter. It could be an offer or an apology, but yeah, I am getting a very consistent message, and I'm sorry for some of my Tauruses who aren't relating, because this one is very specific. I acknowledge that. I'll throw some other cards down later on so we can check in on some new energies, but this is a person who is too stuck in their head about things. They're not seeing the greater perspective. They're in a very lax state about Taurus is my person, and if I lose them, my life is over and all hope is lost. And so this is my last chance to get them back. And again, rebuild. This person wants to rebuild with you. Sorry, wrong card. Rebuild with you so much. Teamwork, collaboration, erecting the structure, right? It's about to topple over. Yes, this is Harley Spencer Tarot. Great tarot deck. Very sassy, very sexy, very funny, very cute. I like this tarot deck. I just wanted to acknowledge that because it's not your classic tower card, but this is indeed the tower. This person is trying so hard to I literally am getting Disney characters. Is it Merlin and Sword of the Stone, where he waves his wand and things start magically appearing? This person is trying to find a quick fix for everything that went wrong between you, and they're trying to gather things up and just make it yes, we can ascend from here and it's not over, and it's if I could only convince my Taurus. But there's something false about the way they're viewing this or what they're believing. I really think this is a harsh message, especially for the cross watcher maybe, but it could go vice versa. There's a denial about what has happened. There's a lack of wanting to believe what is physically, tangibly there in front of you. This person lives very much in their head. There's a lot of need or desire to communicate with you, so it's possible that you haven't heard from this person for a while, or you guys have blocked each other or something like that. There's a very somber tone to them, though, because, they feel lost without you. Again, they're failing to recognize the divine blessing of a tower that happened, whether it was in their personal life or between you guys. It's meant to bring in the star of hope. It's meant to realign them on their spiritual path. And it's not to say you guys can't get back together. That's not at all what I'm saying. But there was a need to focus on oneself, and the universe ushered that tower in as a nudge in the right direction because somebody wasn't getting the signal. Somebody was never going to do it on their own. So the universe had to come in and right the situation, right the wrong. Who has a Libra in their heart? Somebody has a fond affection for a Libra here. Taurus and Libra, Empress vibes, that Venetian love, that to me bodes well, actually. I like that idea. And a Virgo. All right, so something about a key, a shared key. So it could be a shared key to the office space. It could be a shared key to your household. Yeah. Do you remember key parties? When was that? Like the 70s, where it was like swinger times, right? You'd throw your key in a jar and go home with someone else. Key parties, I just heard. So maybe you guys met in some sort of like circumstantial, coincidental way. Or the key could be a symbol for a lot of things. That could be a necklace. That could be a tattoo. Again, those are small confirmations for some of you out there. For some of you, it's like, I'm going to need your key. So, do you know what I mean? There was a severing of ways. This person may have made a double. This person may actually still have a key. And again, that's not a message to make you really fearful. Unless, I will say this one disclaimer, flat out, if you were dealing with someone who you're like, thanks, I'm not interested. Like if there was never anything there, but you were dealing with kind of like a stalker situation, and again, that's not for most of you, that to me is a sign. Be very smart, because they might still have a key. Okay, just for one or two of you, never trying to make you fearful or anything like that. But messages come up for a reason, so maybe somebody needed to hear that. It might actually be a Gemini who still has a key. Yeah, you're this person's anchor. They feel lost without you, but ironically, you might feel like this person was, this is a harsh message. It's not for everyone. Almost like a lead weight in your life, like you were kind of just dragging it along, but it was never getting anywhere. I think you decided to cut it. In fact, I'm almost certain of it, Queen of Swords. But this person absolutely still sees a future with you. And that's the thing. I'm not hating on your person per se. I don't know all the details. I don't know if they're off their rockers obsessed with you, or maybe you guys were in a 5-year marriage and all of a sudden something major happened and it put a wedge in between you guys. And so maybe you took time apart. But, if you were married to them for 5 years, of course they still love you, right? That doesn't just go away overnight. So I'm not trying to paint a scenario on your person of good, bad, evil, this, it's not about that. It's just about the energy that's coming through about them. They think about you all the time, Taurus, all the time. There's regret, and yet there's like this almost naive optimism, and I don't know why I'm being called to say that, so let's jump into your energy. But 8 of Swords makes me nervous because this person can't get out of their own way. They're in a mental prison, but they've put themselves there. So that's what I mean. In order to get out, they have to lift the sword up and empower it. They have to shoot that like, in metaphor, guys, right? That sword up to the sky so that it's channeling higher vibrational messages. Here, this is like the I can't card. I can't move on. I can't do this without them. I could never live without them. Blah, blah, blah. Like, I can't. I shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Anything that's like negative. It's negative thinking. It's keeping them stuck in their life. It's halting the growth on their journey or their spiritual path. It may have to do with a job, too. I mean, this could have been a coworker, but I do feel for your person. Oh, God, they want you back. I'm hearing all the I want you back. The Jackson 5, maybe that's someone's name. Jackson. I want you back. Yes, I do now. I want you back. Ooh, ooh, baby. And then the NSYNC song. I'm not going to sing that one, but you guys will know that one, right? I want you back. All right. Yeah, I mean, I think you still think about this person too. Again, if this was someone who you had like a legit thing with, but you can't help but see the tower that happened. You can't help but see. And I will say, guys, this might not be romantic. In fact, none of these cards so far have been showing sexual energy. This could be a brother or a family member, someone who you feel like abandoned you or something like that. Even if you wanted to mend this relationship or fix it, what's stopping you is the tower that happened between you. It might involve a Capricorn. It could have involved someone's addiction issues. There's codependency all over this spread. And again, I'm never here to judge. Lord knows I've been there myself, right? Pot calling the kettle black. But, that's something we all experience and go through. And ultimately, it teaches you lessons. When you learn to release, it's because you're honoring yourself. You're no longer putting your faith or giving up your power to another person, right? My water signs know what I'm talking about, right? You guys feel me? Any cross watchers, water signs? Yeah, there's a lot of wedges in this that at least mentally you're like, I don't even know where I would start with this person. I don't know how I could possibly get over this. Some of you went to stay with your grandparents. So again, this might be about growing up in a household that was unstable, or some of you are just going to go and speak to a divine feminine about the pain or the struggle you're experiencing. Or I don't even know if it's that. I think you were trying to heal a wound, but something about this person, they might reach out, Mercury energy, communication, in which case you're going to be like, oh shit, I have to deal with this again. Like, it brings up a lot of baggage and a lot of confusion for you. I don't really get, though, like, rage, wrath. I'm not getting that simmering temper. I'm just not. For the most part, you guys are dealing with it in like a calm, collected way, but, well, I don't know if that's true. This isn't something that gives you a panic attack or depression. It's just like, oh, I thought I dealt with that, and now it's kind of like the door is reopening again. The thing is, this person is opening the door to that again. It's not you. So in your heart, you may have already fallen for a Pisces, or if this person is a Pisces, they're showing up in your heart space. Yeah, no, you're thinking about mixing it up with someone else. There may have been an offer from a Pisces that revealed that they were kind of interested in you, or vice versa. Again, something about this may involve a Sagittarius or a Libra too. I have a few major arcanas here, but go with the one that brings you peace, the one that brings you calm. Yeah, some of you are going to go on a date with a Pisces or a Sagittarius, and it's going to be at night, and it's going to be like a very calming experience. I'm almost hearing ocean waves. So I don't know if I don't even know what's open right now. This might be a projection into the future, but something about like a bar by the ocean or by the lake, or yeah, something where it brings you calm to be around this person, but also the environments they bring you to or show you. There's this like, oh, I've never experienced this before. Like, this is nice. It feels like this person allows you to take a breath. This person may actually work in a restaurant or as a bartender at a coffee shop. They may be a barista or something. Don't judge them because of how much money they make, because they got it on lock. There's something mysterious about this person. Look how great this is. The moon with that Mona Lisa. Like, what is she really saying? What is she really thinking? The moon is about secrets. Here it's not bad. I'm going to spin it this way. Your secret is that you haven't rid yourself of this ex entirely. Even if you want to, and again, you're in the driver's seat. Of course you can. Of course you have the power to do so. But it's almost like for the most of you, this person comes back into your life unexpectedly or unknowing, and so your secret might be that, you just had this text conversation with them last night while you're dating the new person, and you're like, oh, I feel like I have to tell them because it's like awkward. And I think you're going to go with the new person. There is a message here about don't judge them for how much money they make, because there's like hidden assets or hidden secrets, or it's not bad though. It's like there is something about no offense, right? Never, ever, ever. I'm not trying to offend you, but there's something about a superficial judgment call you make on this person based on how they dressed or how much money they made or this and that. If you were to judge them solely on that, you would be missing out on such a beautiful opportunity, because there's beautiful energy here. If you feel like your mind is constantly in the labyrinth trying to work its way out, you might be dealing with a Capricorn, right? Pan's Labyrinth. I just watched that the other day, actually. It's almost like this person shows you the way out. This person offers you the key to help get yourself out of the problem. That's the irony of person A, who showed up in your first spread. This is not the new person. This is not the bartender, the one who doesn't dress nice, or whatever you want to call it, right? Potentially the Pisces, Sag, maybe Capricorn. Person A, the one that is very likely your ex and trying to get you back and win you back, they're offering the key to you when they need to offer the key to themselves. Do you understand that? This is the prison, right? They have to unshackle themselves from this. But they're like, here, take the key. Like, it just, and again, obviously metaphors, but that's very important. It's like they're passing off the responsibility of their mental health or their emotional health to you. They think you are like the holy keeper of making them feel better about themselves. And I gotta be honest, that's such an unhealthy way to start a relationship. I think you know that, Taurus. I think you know that very well. And honestly, that's probably why you had to cut this person off. And, it's not that you hated them. It's just they're driving the struggle bus a little through their own life. And, you can encourage them and support them in their journey, but you can't fix everything for them. This person needs to have that awakening. But I will say, in the meantime, it seems like you do have someone else coming in, if not already here. I like these cards. But yeah, literally, this card came up for a reason. text from the ex-asshole. So maybe you do feel some type of way about it, but... Or maybe that's what they saved you as because you broke up with them. But again, it's a guise. It's a falsity. There's a misunderstanding there because they really do want you back. Yeah, for a lot of you, it's a Libra. Libra is coming through here very, very strong. Or it's also saying if you this person who's troubled, I'm just going to say that, is not a Libra, you may end up going to talk to someone who is a Libra about it. You guys could potentially seek some sort of counseling for your relationship, or you just may have a new flame, a new little crush who ends up being a Libra. And for some of you, that Libra is going to be marriage material, male or female. Queen of Swords, twice. It's an equal match. It's a fun little duel, back and forth. I sometimes when the court cards come up and they're the same, I get this image of people like fencing. So maybe that's, something some of you do. For the most part, though, obviously it's, a metaphor for like, it's a fair duel. It's an equal match. It's a good match to your cup. It's a match. That's what I mean. Especially, again, I'm never forcing anything on you guys. If you're curious about dating apps or you're like, maybe I'll give it another try, you got a Libra on the dating apps. I'm telling you guys. Possibly another air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but for a lot of you, there's so much Libra in this spread. It's very cool. Some of you already have someone in your life, Pisces, Sagittarius, Capricorn. For most of you, I have to say it looks very positive. You may be anticipating things going wrong because it's so good, but again, that's your lack state of mind. That's like anticipating problems before they even happen. Now, there's a difference between that and intuition, right? If there's evidence or you just get a feeling that something is wrong, but don't sink to this, oh my God, this is so perfect, like self-sabotage, because that's been your history. This is a new chapter. This is a fresh page for a lot of you. Nine of Pentacles, you're not going to be single that much longer, but yeah, you have a difficult decision to make about someone who's immature, and it's like they're just beginning on their spiritual journey, but you've been a crutch for them. And it was a karmic relationship, but it was not your soulmate. It was someone you were supposed to help along the way. Some of you will choose to go back to them. There is evidence of some reunion here, but there's evidence of some reunion, but it's more like, let's just be friends. Most of you, the universe is saying, walk away. It's okay to walk away because you have beautiful new beginnings coming in, and you also have Queen of Pentacles and soulmate energy, Four of Wands, milestones, things to be celebrated. You're going to have fun. You're going to go dancing with this person. I like it. All right, Taurus, that's what I got for you. That was a pretty good reading, actually. It seems like your person is going through a few things. So again, that could always reverse and be your story, but you'll know if it is. Yeah, that was a good one, though. I think you got good things coming in. I feel it. In fact, some of you are already with someone where it looks really nice. All right, shall we switch over to, I almost said Libra. That's so funny. Watch the Libra video. There might be something in there for you, Taurus. All right, let's switch over to our fellow Earth signs, the Virgos, the Hermits, the Knight of Pentacles. Virgo, what's up, my Virgo gang? My beautiful Virgo Earth signs. Tell me about your love life. Spirit, tell me about Virgo's love life. Messages for their best and highest good. All right. I don't know if I like this yet. I don't know. We got a little trouble here. Bottom of the deck is Sun, renewal, growth, creativity, a Leo. If you're not already with a Leo, you're going to have a Leo interacting with you in the next few days, maybe a few weeks. The Leo is solid. The Leo is kicking ass in their career life, or they're going to be, or this may be a Leo you work with, or someone you consider working with or want a reunion with. So I'm getting this Leo is probably not who's coming up in this spread, but there's messages there. So yeah, something about the Leo you're meant to consider and think about, Virgo, and that is a cusp sign, is it not? Yeah, so something about that is important. It might be a Leo or a Virgo that you have children with, in which case you're sort of wondering, should we salvage this? Some of you are wondering, should we stay together for the kids? I mean, that's not always the solution, let's be honest, but for some of you it might be, right? All right, let's see. Your person had some sort of recent upset, total eclipse of the heart, brought them lots of sorrow and sadness and depression. They're trying to work themselves out of it. They're trying to move forward and think positively and vibe high. This is my hopeless romantic night, so lots of love to give, but I do want to put the disclaimer, not always in touch with reality. It could be a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Particularly Scorpio and Pisces is very strong in those cards. So where their head is at, they want to move on in love. So this could be an ex it could be someone you broke up with and they're trying to put their best foot forward, but You may have made the decision to cut, to release them from your life, and then kind of regretted it. You might actually be clinging to that person. But they're going towards a fire sign. Or they're just going to hang out with their kid more, if this is someone who already has a child. Okay, so there's a message here about this person grew up in a household that was very unstable, and they promised they weren't going to do that to their kids or to their wife or to their husband. They may have grown up in a very tricky household. There could have been, God forbid, but like domestic abuse or violence or verbal abuse, emotional abuse. This person promised that that was not going to be their story, that they were going to break the chain there and that karmic, ancestral karma, however you want to say it, but they feel like that is creeping up in them again. Yeah, there's a very interesting message here about a parent who either had an addiction issue or, again, was violent in any type of way, right? This isn't you, this is your person. This person wanted to have a clean slate, and so they probably tried to distance themselves from that person, but they feel something about when they look in the mirror, they are having flashbacks or memories of their own childhood, and they're worried that they're going to become like the parent or whoever, the mentor, the grandparent that they were trying to avoid. Someone they probably don't speak to anymore. In fact, this person may have already moved on or, passed on, right? This person is having like an identity crisis is exactly what I would call this. And it's impacting their love relationships. Virgo, this is going to be a deep one, huh? I can tell. I can already tell by the messages coming up. This person thinks they screwed up with you. They don't think they could ever have you back, but they do dream about it. Yeah, absolutely. The Virgo has blocked them, or they see the Virgo as untouchable, but coming up in their action card, that's what they so badly want, but they're probably not going to do it. This is a card of silence, right? It's very kind of high priestess energy with the moon, the silent one, the one who doesn't communicate. Because they're learning to balance their thoughts, right? Those swords represent their thoughts and communications. They have blocked their heart from expressing their inner truth because they need time to think about it. It's probably because they're all out of whack. They're, like, no offense, but like they're all types of fucked up, and they know that, and they hate it. They don't want to be that way. This person may suffer from depression or something like that. They want to be with you, the Virgo. They want to bring peace to the situation, the little white dove, right? But something is stopping them. It's stopped up. This may also have to do, if you weren't the one who cut anything or brought the hammer down on this relationship, it could be that they still carry around a lot of emotional baggage, again, from a relationship in their past. Maybe it was an ex. Maybe they had a crazy ex who really did a number on their self-esteem. Or again, for a lot of you, your person has issues that stems from childhood, and they're trying so hard to release them. But I gotta be honest, when this card comes up and just given this storyline, they should probably seek help for that. This is like a call to, hey, maybe talk to someone about it. Like someone more than a tarot reader, like a doctor, a counselor, a psychiatrist, a psychologist, however you want to say it. Yeah, your person is struggling. Virgo. And maybe some of you are still with this person. If that's the case, they still have these triggers of like their inner demons come out, and I don't think they're necessarily going towards you. Sorry, I'm not phrasing this well, but even if you are married and happy with kids, this is saying there is an issue that stems from your person's childhood that is a constant trigger and struggle in their life. It causes them depression. It gives them night terrors. It gives them nightmares. It makes them very nervous or uneasy that they're going to lose you. So for some of you, again, this is very deep psychology, and I am not delving into that because that's not my realm. I'm just a tarot reader, right? But this person almost purposely throws the walls up so that they hurt you before you hurt them, because that is a fear they have. It's like they want to block it off and stop it with Virgo because they're trying to beat you to the punch, because in their mind, they're already certain, I've screwed this relationship up. Virgo won't love me. Like I've ruined my chances with them. And so it's very interesting psychology, right? But it's like, before they break my heart, I'm just going to cut it off. That's what I get from this person. Particularly a water sign, a Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, maybe a Gemini. All right, so let's hop into this energy. You have Knight of Swords in reverse. So there's a couple messages here. There's a card of Gemini, by the way, so you might be thinking about a Gemini or a male earth sign. I said Taurus. Interesting. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Everything comes out for a reason, though, so some of you might be with a Taurus. In the upright, it's all about fast action and change. You know, things that occur to you, you immediately go on that impulse. You jump on it. There's a harshness to this card. There's a brashness. I mean, you can see the horse looks exhausted. Like, he's just like, oh my God, what are we doing? It's very just like speed of lightning. So yeah, impulsivity. It's not my favorite night, but if you're looking for someone to communicate with you, this person will do it. However, you have it in reverse. So are you holding back on communication? Did you do something sloppy and now you're going back to fix it and kind of like smooth out the waters, right? For a lot of you, because nights are all about forward movement, this says to me you're reversing. You're going back to maybe talk to this person. Or you got in an argument, right? Brash, harsh words coming at you 1,000 miles a minute. To, okay, let's talk for real. Like, again, there's like a reversal, like maybe I was out of line. So Virgo, did you yell at someone? Did you tear someone a new one? I don't know if that's the case though for most of you. Something about that doesn't feel right. Some of you may be going back to someone from your past. Yeah, for a lot of my Virgos, you made a very firm decision to walk away, only that decision wasn't so firm because you end up going back to it and now you're really confused. And I mean, maybe it's this tarot reading, maybe you spoke to a friend of a friend and you learned that, you know, the person you wrote off is, like they're so hot and cold and they don't treat me right. You may have learned like, oh shit, they're struggling with some inner demons and it's almost like it gets the best of you. And I mean, rightfully so. I have lots of empathy for this person. I do. It's like what was so clear and nope, that's it. It's just me. And this is, to me, is very much a card of being single and being proud. Stepping into your power, just like, I don't need anyone. I'm in control of my own life. I like that, only I think you go back on that. That's what I mean. It's very like, nope, this is it. I'm going to be single. I don't need them. They treat me like shit, whatever. And I'm not saying you're right or wrong. That's for you to decide ultimately with the cards here. But there's something about you go back on this idea of trying to make it work, the two of you, the Two of Pentacles, the taffy, the stretching, the pulling, to try and get this recipe to work, right? The two ingredients that just don't go together. You're like, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to manifest something new. I'm going back to the kitchen. Let's cook something else, baby. Only then it's like, well, shit. Was I not nice to them or... All right. So I'm going to say this for one or two of you, and I don't at all want to offend anyone, especially your person, because they have a lot of self-worth issues. There might be a touch to them that is a little bit emotionally manipulative, so maybe they did reach out to you and they told you what they're experiencing. Though for most of you, I don't think they did. I think they hide that shit. I think that's something like, that's a deep skeleton in the closet they don't like to discover or talk about, but every now and then it comes up and it's a trigger. For some of you, you might be dealing with someone who's emotional, like, or emotionally manipulative, like, fine, I don't need you, just cast me aside. I'm going to go and date everyone. And like they might be needling you a little bit because they want you back so bad. So again, they're not vibing high, but I do think they love you. I do think they like you a lot, but they're giving you mixed signals, and I absolutely see this here. So Spirit, what do we want to tell Virgo about this whole, do I make it work? It's like you're trying to combine worlds, but it's almost like the words don't match up to the action. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. The communication doesn't match up to the action. It's reversed. Absolutely. The communication, the phone, right, doesn't match up to the world. You know, the visions you see for the future. The action of building a world together. Pentacles, right? What's the metaphor of candy? Sugary, sweet candy, going to a candy shop? I don't know what that is. Does somebody own a candy shop? Do you have children? Does somebody have a tattoo of like a lollipop? I don't know what that is. Something about candy. Is that someone's name? It could be. Candy. Yeah, you know what? Universe is saying you had it right the first time. It's okay to hold the space for this person in your heart, but not if it's distracting you from building your own life. The Magician rises up, and what is he holding? Look, he's holding that like magic wand thing, right? The universe is saying, no, you had it right the first time. Hold on to that, baby. Hold on to your power. Again, it's not to say you're being unkind or unsympathetic. I said the same thing to Taurus. You can't fix this person. You can only show them love. You can only offer them a helping hand ever so often. But this person needs to figure out their own demons before they can come into this relationship with you, because you're right. If you're struggling to make it work, it's like you're putting a square peg in a round hole. It's just not fitting. But every time you abandon it and give up on it, you have this moment of, oh, but I still love them and I want to try and make it work. Ain't no problem with that, Virgo. Like, we know you want to make it work, but the universe is saying if it's conflicting with your ability to vibe high, with your power, with your happiness, with your ability to lead your best life, you had it right the first time. Pick up the magic wand, be empowered, stand up for what you believe in. Don't be a doormat. And I'm not saying that's been all of you, but for some of you, it might have been. Yeah, in your heart, you're absolutely, it's like this or that. It's the same card, different decks, right? Shout out to Jenny Lewis Tarot. Maybe that's somebody's name. The Two of Pentacles, it's earth energy, right? Yeah, you have so many twos. You have the Two of Pentacles, you have the Two of Swords, you have the Two of Cups. I want to say I said the same thing to Pisces, so I don't know if that means anything to any of you. Maybe you guys are going to hook up with a Pisces next time around, right? Or maybe you're dealing with a Pisces. You absolutely could be, right? A Pisces who's all up in their feels. And that is your divine counterpart, right? Pisces and Virgo, yeah. So we're going to see a lot of twin flame, karmic partnerships with Pisces for you, definitely. Yeah, again, standing in your truth, standing in your power, empowering yourself to not cater to every little emotional upset and outburst. It's saying, fuck yeah. It's not even saying hell yeah. It's saying, fuck yeah, be the emperor. You don't have to lift a finger every time this person's life gets complicated. You know what it is? And I know this sounds rough, but you need to practice tough love with this person because they're never going to learn it, Virgo. And you live to serve, right? You're Virgo. If you rush in and save this person from their problems, from their financial problems, their emotional problems, their family problems, their mental problems, whatever it is, you're showing them love by asking them to, in a nice way, figure it out for yourself. Because they're never going to learn the lessons, the karmic lessons that they are meant to learn from this. If they keep coming to you almost as a maternal figure, fix it for me, mom, fix it for me, dad, they're never going to get it. They're never going to learn it. And so it's a difficult decision. I know you don't want to make that decision, but ultimately, a lot of you, the choice is to release. The choice is to let it go. And if you love something and you let it go, Virgo, finish it for me. It just might come back to you, or whatever the phrase is. If you love something, let it go, and if it's meant to be yours, it will come back. And it's hard. It's hard because it gives you emotional triggers too, because you feel like you're turning your back on this person. You feel like it would be unkind to release them into the world when they do have so many struggles. It's not your problem to fix them. Again, you can be a friend. I wouldn't necessarily recommend being a romantic partner at this point because this person lacks a lot of self-love. I'm going to switch to some new storylines here, but I just have to finish this out because this is a really heavy message that I think somebody needs to hear, but I'll throw some other cards down for you guys. Allow this person to make magic on their own. You're doing that as the magician. You are magical on your own with nobody else. This person sees you as their opposite that brings harmony to their life. And there's nothing wrong with that, only based on what's showing up in their energy, it's a codependent. Like, I need you to make this work. And again, I'm sure they've been kind of shitty or bitchy or however you want to phrase it to you, because they have so much internal pain. It might project at you, or again, they might, what you view as playing hard to get, it's that psychology of, I'm going to break up with them before they hurt me. It's like I need to be one step ahead of the game and not be the victim again, or not be the vulnerable one. This person does not like to be vulnerable, and something about being in a relationship with you, it makes them very vulnerable, and because they don't want to lose you. That's why. That scares the shit out of them. But here's the thing, facing our fears is almost always a positive thing in our spiritual growth. Because if they realize they can live without you, then they might just realize that living with you would be good for them. I know this is a contradictory message, but I think you guys know what I'm getting at. When they learn to empower themselves, they can bring so much more to a relationship, knowing that they can stand on their own 2 feet. If they get back into a relationship with you, Virgo, it won't be this, oh my God, I need them, and what if, like, it won't be this constant, I have to break up with them before they break up with me, because that's always going to be looming in their head. Empower them, walk away, give them your best, tell them that you can only help in so many ways, but a lot of you, it would be a detriment to stay with your person who is unstable or, You know. This is a harsh message. I don't love this message because it's hard. Yeah, for those of you who are in this situation, I feel for you big time. It's hard. All right. But that is the message. There's no two ways about it. I'm not getting any conflicting message about, well, maybe you should stay, because no, I'm not. Let's talk about this Leo. The Leo that came up first, and again, it doesn't have to be a Leo. It could also be maybe a Capricorn. Yeah, so you are heading into a tower moment with one of those people. It could be someone I mentioned, but it could also be this other person. After the tower, what's going on? After the tower, you get an Ace of Wands, a new beginning, potentially with a Pisces, or really focusing on your career as a healer. If any of you work as a doctor or a nurse or in a science lab or as a spiritual healer, a tarot reader, a crystal Reiki guru, whatever you want to say, focusing on healing relationships in your own life. Interesting. So it's almost by sending this person off to go deal with the inner demons from their childhood, you might end up doing exactly the same thing, Virgo, because something about this relationship, it was karmic. You learned something in the process, right? This relationship, twin flame, held a mirror up to yourself so you could look at some things that you weren't dealing with in your own life. Again, it's nothing bad. It's nothing to feel weird or guilty or ashamed about. If anything, it's empowerment. Fuck yeah. There's your Empress. Some of you are going to go visit your mom and have a very deep conversation that you've been holding back on for a long time. Potentially a Pisces, a Taurus, or a Libra. There may be a reconciliation or a reunion to bring peace and harmony, absolutely, to a relationship. And start again, the Fool. Especially if you felt like someone left you hanging, or someone pushed you off the ledge when you weren't ready to do so. You may have, and that probably likely a parent, right? You may go back to fix that and express your truth of, hey, when you did that, like it really screwed me up, and it took me a while to work my way out of that. But I did it. I'm here now and I'm strong, but I wanted you to know, like, or maybe you won't. Maybe you're just going to come to terms with it for yourself, because ultimately by telling that person, what are you going to gain? Maybe there's a lot to be gained, Virgo. I don't know the circumstance, but some of you are going to look differently at some of the resentment or guilt or whatever it is that you're feeling that probably stems from an old relationship or your childhood, somewhere where you felt abandoned or cast aside or overlooked. A lot of you are going to have this aha or epiphany moment because you dealt with a karmic partner who had a similar issue. You're going to be like, oh shit, I never thought of it like that. All right, tell me about new love. That was important. That was like the tail end message of that. I'm sorry, guys. Virgos who are either in a new relationship or looking for new love, what can we tell them? Spirit, universe, source. You have an Ace of Pentacles and a Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you got new things coming in. Beautiful things. Things that are divinely guided. Blessings. It's a match with your Queen of Cups. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. 2. Yeah, so 2 is Cancer. Queen of Cups is Cancer. Cancer is looking very fortuitous. Very good. They got a sexy lips. You like their lipstick, or you like their teeth, or I don't know, if it's a guy, whatever that translates as. Something about their mouth. They have a sexy mouth, or you like kissing them, or... That got real Deliverance, didn't it? Like, you got a pretty mouth. Let's not go there. Capricorn is blocked. You're blocking a Capricorn, or vice versa. There was probably some hot, sexual, passionate sex. It could also be with a Sagittarius, but it's weird. You guys are fighting. Because somebody was wearing a mask. Somebody wasn't being true with you. Somebody was wearing like a false persona or a false mask. They may have said something in the heat of the moment to sleep with you, and now you're like, what? Yeah, you have anger towards someone who did you dirty and probably used you a little bit. But you're going to free yourself from that. Ace of Swords, it's saying clear your mind. Declutter your mind from that. Go for the new love. Again, not being biased, but water signs look very good here. You do have more Sagittarius energy. Now, that's funny. You do have Sag and Capricorn in each. So it's going to be different for every Virgo out there. Spirit is acknowledging, yes, something about a Sag or a Capricorn. For some of you, it's I hate that motherfucker. For others, it's like, oh, this is new. This is exciting. I'm catching feelings for them. It's going to be different for everyone, but... 4 of Swords. Okay, so yeah, free your mind. Bring peace of mind to your situation. It's closed out. That situation about bitter, anger, hostility, blocking people, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, the person who wore the false mask, it's done. It's over. 10 of Wands. Stop carrying it around. It weighs too much on your head, right? It hurts. Let it go. Peace of mind. Cut it out. Move towards the new. Ace of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. It's new. The Fool. Newness, Virgo. Newness. So many newness. Queen of Pentacles. God, Capricorn again. That's probably you, though. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You're not going to be waiting much long unless you want to be. If you're waiting on someone else, the universe is saying, nope. Yeah, go out there and get it yourself. Put yourself out there. Go on a dating app. Tell your friends, hey, I'm single and looking. Do you know anyone? It's almost like network. So again, maybe a dating app or just, yeah, go out and mingle with the people as best you can. I know we're all in masks right now and it's complicated, but this might be in the future. The star, the Aquarius, your wishes and dreams are going to come true, especially if you're single and looking and you're just like, I really want someone for the right reasons. Don't be codependent. Yeah, you have wish fulfillment coming in, again, potentially with an Aquarius, though it doesn't have to be. And maybe a Leo too, or even another Virgo. All right, yeah, there's your star again is there an Aquarius or a Virgo or a Sagittarius from your past? If so, very likely they're going to reach out and communicate with you, especially if they are male. And again, this applies to same-sex couples as well. So, all right, guys, that's what I got for you. Please like, share, subscribe. I appreciate you tuning in. Shall we move on to Capricorn? Capricorn. You guys got long readings. These are supposed to be under 45 minutes, you guys. You guys had a heavy one, though. All right, moving on. Capricorn. Tell me about Capricorn's love life. Capricorn. My beautiful Capricorns, what do they need to know about their love life? The person they're thinking about, or if you're single, Capricorn, it might be the one coming in. There's reciprocity, there's good things. Or are they giving to two people? We'll see. We'll clarify. Capricorn, I don't want third-party messages, Spirit. Can we do some happy messages for Capricorn? Nope. Sorry. That's all you get. All right, here's the thing. I'm going to do the same thing I did for Sagittarius. I can only try. You have a person who's giving to two people, Capricorn. Or this is you. Maybe it's the cross watchers. 3 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. Sometimes, if this is a two-person relationship, it's great. It's giving back and forth. For most of you, when it's being clarified by the X through the heart, this is like they're feeding multiple mouths. Do you understand? So I'm going to do you the gift of this. This is your story. If you're dating a person and you know that's their story, cut that shit out. The universe does not want you with that person. I promise you. I promise you. I'm going to put it aside and try for new messages, but I tried to do that with Sag and I got the same message. So we'll see. We'll try. Capricorn, give me some messages for my Capricorns who are vibing high, who want to be with the love of their life, or just to simply fall in love, or have some passionate night with their little sweetheart, whatever we want, right? Give me some messages for the high vibing Capricorns out there, for the high vibing Capricorns. Messages for their best and highest good, messages of truth. All right. So you got an Aries or someone you work with. Positive things in the work, sorry. Let me try that. Positive things regarding work, and then you got an ending, though. So then you got that, 10 of Swords. Or sorry, it's actually technically your person's energy. That's who you're dealing with, but might be you. And yes, we will clarify. I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm not going to leave you hanging on that 10 of Swords. Capricorn. Oh, okay. So you have a 10 of Cups in your endings. Who is your 10 of Cups? Do you know yet? You're contemplating it. You're meditating on it. You're asking for help. You're asking those around. Is so-and-so talking about me? That's funny. All right. There's a little gossip. There's gossip going on. Let's see. Your person is very headstrong. They're very wise, though. Are they older than you? Are they significantly older than you? Okay, you broke up with this person, Capricorn. That's what this is. That's what this is. Absolutely. They're trying to focus on their work because there was an ending. Because they were inflexible. They were too headstrong to meet your criteria or to, however you want to say it, meet your needs in any type of relationship. Emotional, mental, physical. They didn't measure up. And don't tell the Emperor he doesn't measure up because he's like wrath, Mars energy, right? Aries energy. So here's the thing. He's focusing on work, but I keep getting he's so distracted by everything that went down. There may have been some harsh words exchanged with this person, but on the inside, it hurts. It really hurt them. It's interesting. I'm sort of getting, though, they didn't see it coming. Did you sweep the carpet or, what do you call that? Pull the rug out from under them unexpectedly? Did you bring an end to something and they were just like, what? Yeah, in fact, some of them, it's the opposite. If there wasn't a lot of words and messy exchanges, it's like they were dumbstruck. They were dumbfounded. It was completely unexpected. And so for them, I don't know if you broke up with them via text or in a way where they didn't get to ask a lot about the scenario, or maybe you told them, sorry, I'm seeing someone else. It's that type of, like they don't even know how to react. They're dumbstruck. They're dumbfounded. Yeah, because you decided to start again, and you're happy about it. You got word from someone else that they were very interested in you, and you jumped ship. I'm almost getting, like, almost immediately. So this is interesting. Here's what I'm going to say to this, Capricorn. This feels like you may have been dating someone and don't take offense to this, right? Just go with it, and if it's not your message, toss it aside. You may have ended up dating someone, subconsciously or not, as a rebound. It was like, that really hurt. That person broke my heart. I don't want to be alone, or whatever. I want to feel good about myself. I'm going to go out and get it with someone else. I think you do, but then what happens is I think the person who broke your heart, or regardless, another person that either you were waiting on or from your childhood, from college, that you always romanticize, someone you put on a pedestal, that person reaches out to you while you just got started with this emperor, whoever that represents, likely someone at work. And so the minute this other person comes back and like, I've always thought about you, and you're like, oh, that's so funny. I haven't thought about you at all. Like, I haven't been waiting. You have been waiting for this person. And that's what I mean. You're like, oh, the clouds opened up and delivered me this beautiful gift of my high school sweetheart that I've always romanticized. And again, put on a pedestal is such an energy of those two cards. You dump your emperor in a hot second, and I don't think your emperor sees it coming. Again, there may have been harsh words, but the message stands. They were dumbstruck to lose Capricorn because they didn't see it coming. They were just like, what? Like, I'm literally hearing, like, where did this come from? What? It's not what did I do, but it's like, what are you talking about? They're pushing it on you. How could you do this? Like, what? Yeah, this person is unsettled. All right, so I'll go back to this person coming up first. Very likely an Aries with these two cards. So again, if you're not dealing with an Aries, maybe it's not your message. What is this though? Capricorn, it's like you set yourself free because you get message from someone that I don't think you would ever admit that you were waiting for them, but should the opportunity open itself up to you, you're like, oh, you're thrilled. You're like pleased as punch. So be careful though, right? Because karma is a bitch. I'm just putting that out there, Capricorn, because what you did to this person, the whole, my wish fulfillment dream person just suddenly came back, and I'm gonna drop you. What if that person is gonna do the same thing to you? I'm just posing the question, right? Just be kind, Capricorn, whenever you can. Be kind. Tell me about where this 10 of Cups and then the 7 of Cups. That's what I mean. 7 of Cups can be illusion. It can be living up in fantasy land. Some of you are blocking your blessings in every relationship you get into because you're constantly waiting on that person from the past. And it's like you haven't come to terms with the fact that you could actually date other people even though you're doing that anyway. It's like you're playing tricks on yourself. Like, I'll go out, but I'm not going to get involved with anyone because, my so-and-so from a couple years ago, they're going to come back to me. And maybe they will. I'm not making fun of you by any means, but I'm saying you're blocking your blessings by setting your mind in the past. But that, even if that's the case, that happens, and yet you're like, oh, I'm just going to go out with, like, my friends, whatever. No, you're not. You're like, I'm going to stay at home. I'm fine. Somebody, like, coerces you to go out and mingle and meet people, and you do. Only the whole, like, I'm not going to get involved with them. Like, I still have this person and we haven't, like, you do, though, and then they end up catching feelings for you and you kind of break their heart. Yeah, you're sneaky. You're the fox. The fox catching its prey. All right, so then let's look at this. Why do I feel like I'm reading for the cross-watchers right now? Yeah, okay, so this whole your 10 of Cups, that person you put on a pedestal for years from your past that I wasn't waiting on them. It's that kind of like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you are. That's what this card is saying. Again, if it's not your message, not your message. The one that you're waiting on, here's the thing. You probably hear from them again. But universe is saying, careful that you're not putting them on a pedestal, that you're not being delusional about where you guys stand with each other. Maybe this is a clean slate. this is college and you haven't seen each other in 10 years, they might just be a new person. They might not be the one that you've been fantasizing about. It's saying there's possibility here, there's potential. They might be married already, and you would probably already know that. So again, watch the delusion of, oh, it's going to be so great as soon as they divorce their wife, and keep yourself in check. My practicality people, Capricorn, just be practical about that. Husband, wife, whatever. It's not a gender thing. Universe is saying it's possible. If anyone could withstand the delay and still make it work, that's my mountain goats, that's my sea goats, my Capricorns. But it is also saying there is a wedge between you. It would be a mountain to climb to get this to where you want it to be. But again, something about this just makes sense for Capricorn. So yeah, I'm not here to rain on your parade. It's possible, but again, watch your karma. Close things out with purity and clarity of mind and purity in your heart. Don't just drop someone without explanation and some of you will have just cause. Maybe your emperor was the fox. Maybe your emperor was the little shady person who did something they should have, and you're just like, bye, bitch. Like, nope, done with you. Even so, they're going to be confused. They don't understand what they did wrong. You are going to be waiting, though. Oh, and your emperor is waiting for you. So it doesn't have to be an Aries, guys, but for a lot of you, Aries is coming up twice here. If it's not an Aries, it does represent someone who's like the king of the castle. It's a fatherhood card. It's sometimes a husband card. It can be feminine, guys, but generally speaking, although I'm not even going to say that because the way it's depicted here, it's masculine and feminine, so that doesn't even go. But king of the career, queen of their career, very focused on money, gaining ground, power. Kind of sounds like a Capricorn. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, you guys. But the Emperor does come out in your spreads a lot, though, doesn't it? You have a mindset similar to that. So that's why I'm sort of questioning, is this person worth giving up on? They have a tremendous work ethic. That's notable, right? That's admirable. That's respectable. Was that the issue? Did they spend too much time at work and not with you? Maybe that was it. Even so, though, I'm literally hearing, like, I was working for you. Like, I was working so we could buy the house. I was working. So it's like if you shut them off, they're gonna be dumbstruck. They're just like, what? A lot of you, it's a male, it's not even necessarily romantic. There's going to be word from a male air sign about this. That could be your best friend, that could be your bro, that could be your father, that could be your ex, that could be your current boyfriend that you're headed towards, whatever. There's communication about this situation. If you're at all seeking advice or guidance, you're going to confide in an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and they have a lot to say. Of course they do. They're an air sign. They have a lot to say. They also have a very distinct tattoo that you've always taken notice of, or I don't know, something about a tattoo with this person is important. Oh, interesting. Wow, this is like drama city. So if the person you're seeking, even accidentally, it just so happens, you start talking to a stranger or someone about your personal life, it could be, again, your friend, whatever. If it's not familial, if it's at all someone who could potentially be a romantic suitor, even though you don't view it like that, this person thinks you're coming in and making the moves on them, and they've been watching you, Capricorn. They're like, finally, Capricorn broke up with the Emperor. All right, now's the time to make my move. What they don't realize is you're coming in asking for guidance about this person. So, gosh, there's already 3 people coming through here. So I'm being called to say I would not trust their input because they're going to be self-motivated, right? If they're trying to get you to see them, they're going to give you advice like, oh yeah, no, that'll never work. You should start fresh, Capricorn. Some of you are going to hook up with that person. Okay, so for a lot of you, it might be an air sign that you've been waiting on. A Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Yeah, there's a reunion with an air sign. And again, it's very likely someone you once at one time viewed as your 10 of Cups. I mean, hey, it could, if you got divorced years ago, it could be your ex-husband or your ex-wife reaching out to you and wanting to bridge the gap, essentially, right? Interesting. Yeah, very strong air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, male or female. Yeah, a lot of you are going to have a fresh start with someone who you got out of a long-term relationship with. Because there's love there. And you're going to be surprised. Okay, you know what this... It's what this is. When this card first came out, that's your ex. That's someone, right? Potentially third-party situation for a lot of you. It doesn't have to be someone you married, but if that's your past, that person who... Oh, God, Capricorn, you're going to make me do this, aren't you? That person who you've always been waiting for them to come forward and fix it, they do. And I never give that message because I don't like to tell people to wait on the one who broke your heart. Because let's be honest, that's bullshit, right? If they did you dirty, they need to go and fix themselves. And you know what? Maybe they did. Maybe they did, and they're coming in with a 10 of Cups offer, and they fixed themselves, and it took losing you to realize that they really love you. If that's the case, have a field day with it, right? I'm not judging that. You do have very strong cards in your outcome. Queen of Cups, 10 of Cups. The mountain I do like because you are like the goat, right? You climb the mountain. That is a natural like association with Capricorns. With determination, you can do this. The Fool, new beginnings. Again, though, for some of you, I don't know why I'm being called to say this. Someone that you've romanticized in the past, and whether you realize it or not, there's an element of delusion there. They're not the same person you thought they were. It's like, don't be the fool. Don't take selfies on the edge of a skyscraper, right? Like, watch out for yourself, protect yourself, think logically, think practically, stay grounded, earth energy. Don't lose yourself in the romanticism, head in the clouds type energy. Move forward with this practically, but the Queen of Cups says follow your intuition. Look at her. What a Queen of Cups with the teacups on her boobs. That's appropriate, right? The intuitive teacup. Follow your intuition. That's important. Some of you are going to be surprised to hear from this person. Your Six of Pentacles. Maybe it's a Taurus. It doesn't have to be, but this could even happen at a birthday celebration. I'm not sure it would be yours, though it could be. But something involving gifts, where there's unwrapping of gifts, a baby shower, a birthday, it could be Christmas, I don't know, whatever. Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. This, especially around around like holiday season, people get very sentimental, don't they? You might be... Who reaches out to their ex on Christmas, though? Is that a thing? Oh, Lord. I've done that. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this reading up. You might hear from your person on Christmas. See? You can't judge. Pot calling the kettle black. All right, Capricorn. I love you. Thank you for joining me today. Like, share, subscribe. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye.